Hello, V Gaming here. The Saberings of V Gaming here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for logging in, as we like to say around these parts. I haven't really come up with the phrase yet, like why even bother? I'm just trying to keep it real over here. Didn't really have too much to discuss today. I guess we kind of do, but like no major heavy hitting topics. I'm just watching the world of consoles collapse. Linus Tech Tips had a really good segment on his last WAN show talking about the haves and have nots of gaming and how all this strange hate kind of pops up because gaming is kind of out of reach for the vast majority of people, and that gap's only getting bigger, and what that means to a large content creator like him, and how they have to change up making their videos because of that. Really good video. You should check it out over on their thing. I might even link it down below. But today, I just kind of wanted to touch on a list that was sent to me yesterday, and I saw it trending a little bit, and people starting to report on it a little bit on YouTube, so I figured why not. This is Steam announcing the official Steam sales and fest dates for the second half of 2025. Because as we all know, when it comes to Steam and kind of PC gaming, sort of in general, PC gaming is much larger than Steam. Steam just happens to be the largest single aggregate sort of that thing of that reports their numbers. They're the closest we'll get in PC gaming to an analog of Xbox Live or PlayStation Network, kind of, and as we all know with them, it really comes down to the meta, which is the meta and the meme, which is the Steam sales, right? How am I sounding on here? Am I loud enough? Well, my mic gain's all the way up. But anyway, it really comes down to that on Steam. So a friend of mine sent me this list yesterday, and we'll kind of go through what all these means. For example, these are your big major holiday events and also kind of your side events. I believe right now they're still doing the couch co-op one. I kind of touched on this in a previous video from a couple days ago. How yes, you can game co-op on your PC on a sofa. It's really no different than anything else. And with Steam, what's cool is you can couch co-op from across the country. Meaning, if there's a game you play, the example that I give is Vampire Survivors. They added a couch co-op mode to that game. Well, what if I only own the game, and what if my friends live in Indiana, which one of them does, and one of them lives in California, which another one does, and we want to play that game couch co-op, or my son who lives across town at his mom's house. I can start the game and invite my friends to join my game, and we can all play together on one screen. Well, they each have their own screens, but we can all sit and play the game remotely as if we were all sitting there together playing it together. It's called Steam Remote Play Anywhere, and it's a fantastic feature, and it's something that doesn't get brought up enough. Border Pioneer, what the heck is this? Published by Yodcast. What is this? This is a nice little this is like a survival kind of build 'em up game. Tower defense strategy city builder medieval. We'll add that to wish list, and we'll come back and we'll check that out later. Similar to Kingdoms and Castles. That's a good game. You know what? We're gonna leave it that there. We're gonna come back to it. For that is not the main focus, but you see what I mean? Like Steam gets kind of crazy. Games pop up all the time. But also with the meta and the memes of Steam is the Steam sales, right? And I should make a separate video on this, and maybe I will during the next sale. Maybe I could do it with this current one that's running right now. But here's like what a little taste, and here's like the kind of like the gist of what I'm getting at basically. You can buy Steam keys, whether that's through Humble Bundle, any other place. But where does one look to find all that? Well, you can go to isthereanydeal.com, and we'll type in, let's say, I don't know, name a game, you guys. Let's say Marvel Rivals is free. Let's say, what was the game we were looking up yesterday for a friend of mine? We were looking up the Stanley Parable. So we have the Ultra Deluxe version here. I mean, right, that's only available on Steam. Let's go up with another good one. Let's say, what's another big game? Let's say Armored Core. Fires of Rubicon, the regular one. This will list out all the games, all the websites that this is available on. Now, mind you, some of them aren't on here. Like Green Man Gaming's not on here, I don't think. Yeah, they are. Green Man Gaming right there. There's a couple of sites that aren't on there. Like CD Keys, I don't think is on here. And like UR CD Keys isn't on here. Some of those you'll have to go and check manually. But most of these sites will be on here. So you have Fanatical, which is legit. The Win Game Store, which is legit. Um, and stuff like that. Show all 14. Humble is legit. Newegg is legit. And then there's Steam. And this will give you a list of the current price and then the all-time low. And then you can just kind of pick that. And these are all Steam keys. And then if you're not sure about a site, like how I found out Fanatical and Game Billet are legit, I literally just Googled, is Game Billet legit? And I read all the responses. It's usually Reddit threads. People are like, yes, it's legit. It's guaranteed through this. I will say, too, if you're using your debit card or any other kind of card like that, to notify your bank that you will be making international purchases, because a lot of these are based overseas, like over in UK or in France and places like that. But yeah, you can pick up games even cheaper over there. And when there's not a Steam sale going on, one of these other sites might have something going on. And you can find your game for sale on Steam, even though it's not for sale on Steam. And that Steam price might not be the cheapest that there is. Like right now, this game is on sale on Steam for what? It's not even on sale on Steam. It's $59.99. But you can get it on Game Builder right now for 15% off for $51, more or less. And it also shows the reviews. They kind of updated this site. It didn't used to be all fancy and stuff like that. And you can put yourself on a waiting list, and it'll notify you when it does go on sale on whatever site you want it to see. Like last 3 months is the cheapest. Last year it's been cheapest on Game Billet. And the all-time low is on Game Billet, and it's not in any new bundles. So this is a great website. Bookmark that, you guys. Is there any deal? So we're kind of going to take a look here at the games in question. So Automation Fest. That'll be the next one. What does that even mean? This is the fest for the games you've been thinking, this belt is in the way of my other belt, so I need to move a few things. And it's games for that feature heavy automation as a primary gameplay loop. Oh, so like Factorio and things of that nature. Okay. What's the one I see everybody playing lately? Not Factorio, but it's the 3D one. I can't remember what it's called. But Racing Fest, that's kind of self-explanatory. 4X Fest, that's also for like RT, not RTSs, but 4X games. So like your Civilizations and your Stellaris and your Sins of a Solar Empire and things like that. Or Alpha Centauri and and Crusader Kings and Victoria 3, things of that nature. Third-person shooter fest. That'd be like your Gears of War, your Uncharted's, your Last of Us, your Controls, your Alan Wakes, things like that. Political sim fest. Tropico, Stellaris. Stellaris is a big political simulator if you really come down to it. Here's the autumn sale. Steam Next Fest. This is where they like to highlight up-and-coming games, particularly indie games, but they also do double and triple A games, like big games coming around that they think are going to be big hits. Steam Scream. So this is going to be their Christmas one, their Animal one, their Sports one, and their Winter one. Reminder of Steam events and sales for the first half. Real-time strategy. Idler's already done. Couch co-op, that's what's going on right now. Steam Next Fest for the first half. Visual Novel Fest. I say it in that way because a friend of mine and I are working on a visual novel right now. When I have any information to share on that, I'll give that. Now that I know that's a thing, I'm going to send this to him. Does it have the date here? It does not. I'm going to send that to him, and then we're going to go from there. Steam Next Visual Novel Fest. City Builder and Colony. What's a Sokoban Fest? What are Sokoban games, you guys? Fishing Fest. Zombie versus Vampires Fest. Zombies and vampires be beefing? Okay. But that was kind of what I touched on here. Steam Community Group, Steamworks Announcements Detail is where you'll find this information. Why does my stupid microphone keep migrating? Technology, you guys. This was posted yesterday. Right here on Steam itself, under Community. All events, Steamwork development events is what you want to look for. So there's that. Maybe some other things that we might touch on here. Maybe I'll do that in a separate video. But just so you know, these are the events that are coming soon and throughout the course of the year for you on Steam. That's all I really got. Thanks for tuning in. Join me on Steam at V-Gaming, the group on Steam. Also join me at Elon Musk's Twitter/X at also at V-Gaming for sometimes consistent updates and notifications of these videos posting. In the meantime, peace.